Hello all, we shall be studying decision making in Python today. As you all know, there are lots of statements in a Python program. The order of execution of the statements in a program is called flow of control. Decision making constructs are used to control the flow of execution of program depending on the condition. The program uses the condition to decide which set of statements are to be executed. There are four types of decision making statements in Python: if else, the if elif ladder, and nested if else. We shall be seeing each one of them today. The simplest is the if statement. It simply states that the condition is to be checked. When the condition is true, then certain statements are executed. When the condition is false, then nothing is done. There is no limit on the number of statements that can appear under an if block. Let us see an example here. We accept age from the user and check whether the user is eligible to vote or not. So, we accept the age using the input function and convert it into an integer and store in the variable age. Then we will be giving the if statement. The if keyword is used here along with the condition age is greater than or equal to 18. This age greater than equal to 18 is called the test condition, followed by the colon. We can use the condition in a bracket also, but that is not mandatory. The colon tells the Python interpreter that the next statement or set of statements are to be indented. That means when you press an enter after the colon, automatically four spaces are provided to you. So this statement, print you are eligible to vote, comes under the if block and is executed only when the condition is proved to be true. If the condition is false, then nothing happens. This statement, print program ends, is an independent statement as it is not indented. So the statement will be executed whether the condition is true or false. Let us see the output now. Here, when I entered 24, so the age was greater than 18. So the statement you are eligible to vote was displayed, and also the statement program ends. In the next output, the age is less than 18. So no statement telling the user whether he is eligible to vote or not is displayed. But the statement which was at the end, and since it was an independent statement, is still displayed. Let us look into if-else statement. In this, the condition is checked. When the condition is true, then a set of statements are executed. When the condition is false, then another set of statements are executed. In any situation, only one block, whether it is the if block or the else block, only one set of statements are executed. Let us see an example now. So we take the previous example. We are accepting age from the user and checking whether he or she is eligible to vote. So again, I accept the age in a variable and then I am checking whether age is greater than or equal to 18. If the condition is true, then the statement you are eligible to vote is displayed. If the condition is false, so we have an else block here. Even with else, we will be giving a colon so that the next statement is indented. So print you are not eligible to vote comes under the else block. Let us see the output now. So in the first case, I am giving age as 21. This is greater than 18. So the condition is true and hence you are eligible to vote is displayed. In the next set of output, the age is 10. So the condition is false and therefore you are not eligible to vote. That message, the else block message, is displayed. Here is another program where I am accepting two numbers from the user and displaying the greater number. So I have accepted two numbers in num1 and num2 respectively. And then my test condition now becomes num1 greater than num2. If this condition is true, then the if block is executed. So it will display num1 is the greater number. Otherwise, the else block will be executed. So Python will display num2 is the greater number. So here in the first set of outputs, I gave 34 and 12 as the two numbers respectively. So 34 is the greater number is displayed as num1 is greater than num2, condition becomes true. In the next output, 23 and 65 are entered, and then num1 greater than num2, condition becomes false. So the else block is executed. So num2, that is 65, is the greater number, is displayed. Let us look at the if else ladder. In this case, multiple conditions are checked. If suppose condition 2 is true, then statement 2 will be executed. In any case, only one block is executed. If none of the conditions are true, then the last else statement is executed. In any one condition, whenever one condition is found to be true, then the remaining conditions are ignored. Let us see an example. Here I am accepting three numbers from the user and displaying the greatest number. So I accept the three numbers in A, B and C respectively, and then I am checking whether A is greater than B and A is greater than C. We already know if we want to join two conditions, we will be using and or logical operators. So in this case, I am using the AND logical operators and I am checking whether A is greater than B, and at the same time, A should be greater than C. If this condition is false, then control comes to the elif part. In this, I am checking whether B is greater than A, and at the same time, B should be greater than C. Even if this condition is false, then it comes to the next elif part, where I am checking where C is greater than A and C also should be greater than B. If all these three test conditions are false, then control comes to the else part, where it will print all three numbers are equal. When one condition is found to be true, the corresponding block is executed and the statement ends. In case more than one condition is true, only the first one is executed. Let us see the output now. So I have given all the four scenarios. In the first case, 12 is the greatest number. So in that case, the first if condition came out to be true. In the second case, the second number is the greatest number. So the second elif statement was true. In the third case, 89, that is the third number, is the greatest number. So the third elif condition was true. And in the last case, all the three numbers are equal. So none of the conditions was true. So control jumped to the else part and therefore displayed all three numbers are equal. Let us look at nested if-else statement. This allows you to check for multiple test expressions and can execute different codes for more than two conditions. We can have many levels of nesting inside an if-else block. Let us see an example. We accept a number from the user and display whether it is 0, positive or a negative number. So I am accepting the number in the variable num and I am checking if num is greater than or equal to 0. This forms my outer if. Inside this, in the indentation, I am giving another if statement. So it becomes a nested if, an if inside another if. Here I am checking if the number is equal to 0. This forms my inner if. If this statement is true, if this condition is true, then you entered 0 is displayed. If this condition is false, that means the number is greater than 0. So the else part is displayed, which is you entered a positive number. This becomes my inner else. If both these conditions are not true, that means the number is not greater than or equal to 0. So it is less than 0 and hence it is a negative number. So the control will jump to the outer else part and this will display you entered a negative number. Let us see the output now. So here in the first case, I entered 12. So the inner else is executed. The number is greater than or equal to 0 and hence you entered a positive number is displayed. In the second case, minus 24 was entered. So none of the inner statements were true. So the outer else was executed, and hence you entered a negative number is displayed. And in the third case, I enter a 0. So the inner if is executed, and hence num is equal to 0, and hence you entered 0 is displayed. So this is how decision making in Python takes place. That will be all. Thank you.